Hi everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Different Yet Same. I have a question for you. Do you like Chinese food? Well, it's kind of interesting. There's as much variety in the savory kind as there is in the sweet or the dessert, but not a lot of Chinese people order it. Before I came to China, I thought, man, do all they have is fortune cookies? Because they were all over America. Turns out, that's just an American thing. There's actually not really any fortune cookies in China. Typically, it's not normal to have dessert after a meal in traditional Chinese cuisine, but there are still some exceptions. In Beijing, before you have your tea, you might have a donkey roll, or you might have mung bean cake. In the South, after you have your tea, you might have something like bing fen. After a nice big hot pot buffet, people can enjoy some ice cream. But even with all those examples, it's typically not normal for people to have dessert after their meals in China. Is it really true Chinese people don't eat dessert? No, it's not true. With me, I have an assortment of Chinese snacks. First, we'll start out with one with an interesting name, the wife cake. Now, all the name implies, there's not any wives in here, so don't worry about that. Next, I have one of my favorites, the egg yolk cake. Now, unlike the other one, this one really does have egg yolk inside. Beyond the two I just talked about, China has so many different kinds of snacks. Now, I don't know if you know, there's a festival coming up, the Mid-Autumn Festival, and on that day, there's a special treat that Chinese people will eat, and that's the mooncake. Even though it is a traditional Chinese dessert, they still got flavors here for me. Got an Oreo one, and they got a cheesecake one. It really is a good example of Chinese and Western flavors combining together. Whew, I cannot wait to try both of these. Besides the two I just ate, there are so many different mooncake flavors in the traditional Chinese form. Okay, nice. Well, I'm gonna choose some of these. Whew, even more. I love meat, I love beef, I love red bean paste. I like to try more traditional things like sesame. Pork would have been good. I hate, all the viewers out there, I hate nuts. I bought this like a rock. I'm not gonna break my teeth. Right. It's good if I had like tea with me. Okay. Okay, this one's the worst. This one scared me too. I thought this one was like almost like gone bad. It was so hard. I'm super biased. I'll always love any Oreo flavor. They're pretty good. And especially if you love beef jerky, this one obviously gonna be a winner. This, you need water. Your mouth will be as dry as a desert. Wow, this is really good. Again, now I really understand why Chinese people have tea with their dessert. You know, I was just walking by earlier when I saw the craziest thing. The biggest, most big moon pie you've ever seen. I've ever seen. Now, looking at this thing, it reminds me of an American pie. I did hear there's going to be a limited time mooncake baking event. As a foreigner who loves Chinese culture and who loves baking, I know I gotta go. Alright, well I just arrived at the DIY bakery to see if I can make some mooncakes for the Mid-Autumn Festival. Now I've made pies and cakes back in America with my mom, so I'm feeling pretty confident. I mean, how hard can it be? Oh, I see. Oh god. Too easy. Next, we're gonna be using this thing. As you can see, I just finished making my mooncakes. It's kind of weird because I'm missing one. Actually, I just ate it. It's so good fresh. It makes the world of difference. So, I regret nothing. It was totally worth eating right here, right now. But I just finished. Not only that, they gave us these nice little plastic containers and a cute little box to go with it. It was such a great experience. One interesting thing is how many people were here. It's really crowded. They're making things, not just mooncakes, like pies and cakes and other birthday things. No, it just shows Chinese people, they really like dessert, so much so that they're not just willing to go out and buy it, they'll make it themselves. Well, that's all I have for today's episode of Different Yet Same on the Mid-Autumn Festival. Today, I was able to try and eat so many different kinds of Chinese desserts. One of the favorite things I did today was making it by hand, and then I got to eat it, and it was so good. Easily one of my favorites throughout the whole day. Even for someone who has a huge sweet tooth, there's been enough sugar for me today. I'm full. After trying out so many different kinds of dessert, one thing I really noticed is how different it is from the West. They're a lot more thin, there's a lot less sugar. With that, people will have it with tea instead of like its own meal. They'll have a lot less of the dessert. And you know, maybe that's the reason why there's a lot more thin people here in China. As a big tea drinker myself, if you want to try the more healthy Chinese lifestyle, next time you have dessert, try having it with some tea. It'll make you feel more full, you'll have less of it, and it's still delicious.